need alcohols.
Right.
Alcohols.
Right. Not just one alcohol.
Alcohols.
Right, just
Plurals.
different blend. You need
Blends.
the ladies, you need the booze.
You need some water.
The FBI has just leaked audio that allegedly captures Diddy admitting to some of the most shocking allegations he's faced in years. From his complicated relationships with his children to jaw-dropping connections with celebrities like Prince Harry, Cuba Gooding Jr., and Kim Kardashian. This leak is exposing a side of Diddy that the public has never seen. For years, whispers have surrounded his name, but now we're getting a first-hand look at the man behind the music. This isn't just another scandal. This is a deep dive into a hidden world of power, influence, and controversy. Let's get into it.
Diddy party is a long party.
I have different energies for different parties. They may want to swing from the chandeliers. However they want it, they can have it. We make dreams come true. A couple of celebrities aren't going to hurt.
The startling leaked audio.
I'm just glad that he's alive to text.
Oh, wow. Definitely. Definitely.
Yeah, but when you think about Kim, I was thinking to myself the other day, Uptown Records started with 5 people. Andre Harrell, I'll Be Sure, Heavy D, and Puffy. And Kim was the longest working employee because she was there from the very beginning. She was Andre's personal assistant. Mm. Kim is dead. Heavy D is dead. Andre Harrell is dead. The only 2 left are Puffy and Al almost died.
Because see, I know something that a lot of people don't know. I know that you and Kim Porter had a sit down right before she left us. And I know Kim had some very good advice to give you, and I believe that this is why things are happening as they're happening now. Kim was smart, wasn't she, Cassie? Kept you alive and kept you safe. Congratulations on surviving and congratulations on standing up.
If Sean Combs is focusing on things he cannot control, he will have a miserable experience. When he can call home, when he can visit, the living conditions, exercising maybe an hour a day, showering a few hours a week. If he fixates on that, it is going to be miserable. And every day will feel like a year. On the other hand, if he can learn from those who have come before him and master the experience, my business partner served 26 consecutive years for a nonviolent crime, including 8 years in the penitentiary. He never complained. He focused on his family, trying to prove worthy of the love and support of his family. If he can do that, the experience, it won't be easy. I'm not insane. It will be more bearable. The choice is up to him.
And as far as we know right now, he has been kept in solitary confinement, or the SHU right now, and he's been on suicide watch. How different is that experience from being in the general population?
It's much harder. If you like to be around people, you like communication, if you're an extrovert, and then suddenly you are isolated 23 hours a day on total lockdown, I'm not spinning that it's difficult. It will test the strongest mind. But he has to understand others have gone through it and emerged successfully. And what he and his lawyers have to understand is they have like a messaging problem. They continue to say things that do not get them closer to what they want, which is bond. It's led to indictments. And if he can begin to introspect and kind of reverse engineer some of his choices and recognize it is my decisions alone that have led me here. And if I can communicate differently moving forward, maybe the ultimate sentence, even if convicted, could be better, perhaps could lead to bond eventually. But it can be very difficult in segregation. And his lawyers have to stop blaming and excusing and talking about how difficult the experience is, because here's what a judge is going to say. If you were so concerned about what these filthy living conditions would be like in a detention center, if you were so concerned about your safety, you wouldn't have obstructed justice. You would not have, according to the government, created victims over a sustained period of time. Until he changes his message, more problems are going to follow.
And Diddy allegedly has been accused of using different drugs in the past. Even prosecutors have said on the night he was arrested that there was allegedly pink cocaine in his hotel room.
The FBI's leaked audio offers an intimate glimpse into Diddy's private world, painting a picture far different from his public persona. In the recordings, Diddy discusses his rise to fame and hints at the price he paid to maintain power. His tone is reflective but unapologetic, and at one point he says, "I've done what I had to do." This statement has led many to speculate that Diddy's success wasn't just built on talent, but also on manipulation and control. Insiders claim that the audio captures the essence of Diddy's influence in Hollywood, a man who's willing to do whatever it takes to stay on top. With his empire at risk, fans are now questioning how much of his success was built on hard work and how much was built on the backs of others. Diddy's complex relationship with his children.
As you watch the clip that I'm about to show you, remember the charges that Diddy has been pressed with and keep an open mind. It is disturbing.
So, I was on the streets, and then Papa Combs decided that he would like to be a caring man. So then he saw me and decided to pick me up and said to come inside and play with his kids.
That was on a live stream, by the way, and afterwards Diddy tried to cover it up, but you can clearly hear her words there. He picked her up off of the street and said to come in and play with his kids. Pretty crazy, right? Especially when you consider the charges currently against Diddy, including allegations involving a 9-year-old. Would you want your daughter to be going over to Diddy's house? I imagine not. Well, in this case, it was live streamed exactly what happened, and it gets so creepy when you realize that she wasn't even there with anyone in her family, or even there necessarily to be with other children of Diddy's. She was there because he saw her and wanted her to be.
6 months is crazy. I always come over?
Yes. And it's Ava Brioni Combs.
That's the most creepy part right there. He kisses her on camera, it's on the cheek, but that right there alludes to this potentially being grooming. That's what it feels like to me. Now, if I'm wrong and you get a different vibe, feel free to comment that down below. But the vibe I overwhelmingly get here is that he is trying to set this up to be with her. Now that we know of the charges against him, all the things he has allegedly done, the feds have gone after him pretty hardcore. We've also seen footage of him literally beating up a woman. That's on camera. So we know what he's capable of. That's terrifying. She's in his house. He's touching her. He's kissing her cheek. He thinks he's invincible. He feels comfortable live streaming it. Oh, the whole world can see. Is he trying to brag about it? This is crazy. And it was allowed to go on for how long? How many people knew about this? Well, the answer, according to one of the lawyers involved, is a lot of people not only knew about it, but also participated in it. We were talking about very high-profile names that will shock you. The justice that the kids deserve is finally here. It's going to be very, very, very important that we fight harder than ever. I'm Matt Wallace. Make sure to follow with the notifications on here on Rumble, and I will see you in the next video.
In the days leading up to her death, and that her water bottles and sports drinks and Pedialyte were all in her bedroom. Days after her death, Sean Combs commented publicly about Porter, writing on Instagram, "For the last 3 days, I've been trying to wake up out of this nightmare, but I haven't. I don't know what I'm going to do without you, baby. I miss you so much. Today, I'm going to pay tribute to you. I'm going to try and find the words to explain our unexplainable relationship. We were more than best friends. We were more than soulmates. We were some other S. And I miss you so much. Super Black Love." Now, Combs would reportedly tell Essence magazine the following year that one night I was checking on her and she was like, "Puffy, take care of my babies." She actually said that to me before she died. Now, during her funeral, which was out in her hometown in Georgia, Combs delivered a eulogy talking about the love that he has for Porter, how close he was with her, how she will always be with him, how she was somebody that was sent to help him in life. And he ended by saying, quote, "I just want to say to my kids, Justin, Christian, Delilah, Jesse, Chance, and the other man in the house, Quincy, your mother instilled in me this, and I pledge in front of everybody right now that I will always be there for you." And Combs said, and the audience was applauding when he said this, "I will always take care of you."
In the audio, Diddy touches on his relationship with his kids, hinting at strain beneath the surface. He's always presented himself as a devoted father, once saying, "Family is everything." But the audio suggests a different reality. Growing up as Diddy's children meant constant scrutiny and pressure to live up to his legacy. His kids have reportedly struggled with the demands that come with their last name, often caught between love and resentment. One of his children allegedly said, "It's tough being in a family where everything's about the brand." This peek into their relationship has left fans wondering if Diddy's devotion to family is genuine or just another aspect of his carefully crafted public image. The recordings hint that the price of fame might have cost him more than he was willing to pay in terms of family bonds. Prince Harry's surprising connection.
Drugging high-profile men in order to enrichment and blackmail purposes.
Yes, you heard that right. They are accusing her of lacing drinks and things of that nature. So this story gets even crazier. Hold on. Watch this.
Saga unfolded when federal agents executed a dramatic raid on the residence of music mogul Diddy, revealing a cache of incriminating video footage. This footage purportedly captures Kardashian engaged in activities that have sent shockwaves through the entertainment and legal worlds alike. In a turn of events that has both stunned and captivated the public, the FBI claims that Kardashian is not only involved in the theft of vital information, but also used it as leverage to further her own interests. The gravity of these allegations has sent ripples through Hollywood.
So at this point, it look like the feds been keeping up with the Kardashians just like us. So I'm going to keep my ear to the street and I'll let y'all know what I know. I'm out.
Prince Harry's name coming up in connection with Diddy's world was a shock to many. For years, there have been rumors that Harry attended one of Diddy's notorious parties, but the leaked audio offers more details. An insider quoted in the audio mentions Harry as a frequent guest at exclusive events, suggesting that the royal might have been more involved in Hollywood's wild side than anyone thought. With this revelation, fans are questioning just how much Harry might have known about Diddy's infamous lifestyle. Could it be that Harry was drawn to the allure of Diddy's world at a time when he was searching for freedom from royal constraints? As more details emerge, the public is left wondering if this connection is just the tip of the iceberg for the former prince. Cuba Gooding Jr.'s role in the frenzy.
The federal sex trafficking investigation involving music mogul Sean Diddy Combs is expanding. A music producer who sued Combs for sexual assault last month is adding Oscar-winning actor Cuba Gooding Jr. to this complaint. Rodney Jones claims the actor sexually harassed and assaulted him while on board Combs' yacht last year. Gooding Jr. has not publicly commented on these allegations. This comes days after federal agents raided Combs' homes in L.A. and Miami. He has not been charged with any crime, but the investigation surrounding the sexual misconduct allegations is growing. Diddy has denied all the accusations. Meantime, new video shows the arrest of Brendan Paul, Combs' alleged drug mule. The 25-year-old was arrested on Monday in Miami.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, for all those in London that don't know what happens to the white man when he comes to a P. Diddy party, this is what happens to the white man.
It's so unfortunate.
You gotta pull back though, so they can see. That's crazy. Matt, move out the way. You're still alive. Look at that. Look. Would you
Get the drink on his head.
And that's James from Simeon Mobile Disco. He is a actual DJs aren't supposed to pass out, but when they come to one of my parties, this is what happens to him. I put him to sleep.
Next day, right?
Yeah, put the drink on his head.
There you go. There it is.
Damn.
Cuba Gooding Jr. has always been a larger-than-life personality, and his appearances at Diddy's parties are legendary. The leaked audio reveals that Cuba was a frequent guest, often partaking in the wildest aspects of Diddy's gatherings. One source said, Cuba was always up for a good time, and Diddy's parties gave him the perfect playground. In the audio, there's even a reference to Cuba's antics, suggesting he was as much a part of the chaos as Diddy himself. The two of them reportedly bonded over their love of living life on the edge. This revelation casts a new light on Cuba's public persona, showing that his ties to Diddy were closer than anyone realized. It also raises questions about the lengths these celebrities went to keep their party lives hidden from the public. Kim Kardashian's connection runs deeper than expected.
Bugging high-profile men in order to pilfer crucial documents for personal enrichment and blackmail purposes.
Yes, you heard that right. They are accusing her of lacing drinks and things of that nature. So this story gets even crazier. Hold on. Watch this.
Saga unfolded when federal agents executed a dramatic raid on the residence of music mogul Diddy, revealing a cache of incriminating video footage. This footage purportedly captures Kardashian engaged in activities that have sent shockwaves through the entertainment and legal worlds alike. In a turn of events that has both stunned and captivated the public, the FBI claims that Kardashian is not only involved in the theft of vital information, but also used it as leverage to further her own interests. The gravity of these allegations has sent ripples through Hollywood.
So at this point, it look like the feds been keeping up with the Kardashians just like us. So I'm going to keep my ear to the street and I'll let y'all know what I know. I'm out.
Kim, as a proud mom, I know that you would be blown away if Saint actually did go and start to play soccer for the U.S., but he already beat me to the question. I think that was going to be my question, because I know that he follows the sport, he loves the sport. I want to see him make it to the big side of it, and if he does, I was going to ask you, how would you feel? That's all.
Well, I'll definitely say it again. I will be the most embarrassing soccer mom there is.
Stop
No
embarrassing.
shame. I will be there.
Stop embarrassing that boy, Kim. Stop it. Enough is enough. Good to see you always.
You said stop.
We want to thank you. Come here. Don't sit on the bed at night. No homo. No, just don't get close to the bed. Don't get close. But it's just like, yo, we want to thank you for hosting the thing, man. It's been a pleasure. You didn't have to do it, and you did.
No. I definitely didn't have to do it. I definitely didn't have to. First and foremost, I'm not getting in the bed. Shout out to him and what he did. I'm just gonna, if we can, let's just put the camera a little this way, just so we're not. I don't want my shot to even, I don't want it to come close to the bed, at all. Usher look like he fresh off a goddamn plane. Fresh
off the garden stage. That's my brother right here from day one. We used to wake up and, pause, but like, check this out. Back in the days when he was like 10 and I was a little bit older, his older brother, we used to fight over the Frosted Flakes. You know what I'm saying? Before pause was invented. You know what I'm saying? But it's my brother for real. We used to actually wrestle off of the Frosted Flakes because he used to always get up early with me. Now he's one of the richest stars in the world. And
what the fuck did Puff just say? Nobody's gonna acknowledge this but me. Puff just said we used to wrestle over the Frosted Flakes. And we're streaming live. That was stupid. Listen, that was fucking stupid. Listen.
We're having a good time, yo. Usher made it in the... Hey, yo.
Kim Kardashian's connection to Diddy's world has long been rumored, but the leaked audio adds a new layer to her involvement. Diddy allegedly references Kim as a key player in his social circle, hinting that she wasn't just attending the parties, she was actively involved. Kim's role, as described in the audio, suggests she may have helped maintain the secrecy around Diddy's notorious events. Kim knew exactly what she was getting into, said a close friend. This revelation makes people wonder if Kim was more of an insider than anyone ever suspected. With her name tied to such a controversial figure, Kim's public image could be at risk as more of these connections come to light. Khloe Kardashian's eye-opening confession.
Get a bunch of my friends. Diddy, Quincy, Justin Bieber, so far so good. Montana. Do you even know half the people you're naming? No. If you were seriously dating somebody, would you tell Club? No. You have to get these margaritas out of here. Why don't you drink it? Yeah, but last night. She didn't go to bed. I haven't been to bed yet. You haven't? I want to be Clay when I grow up, Court. Oh, you're just so little. Like, my balls are just going. I got on a plane at 5:30 a.m. Go to this party. I think half the people there were butt naked. You would have loved it. Have you met Chloe's new, crew of friends? No. Well, kind of. You did? Yeah. Stop talking. Have you met Chloe's new crew of friends? And all I said was yes. And then I stopped. All I said was yes. Courtney is...
Khloe Kardashian didn't hold back when she described her experiences at Diddy's parties, saying, "I saw things I'll never forget." Her words hint at the darker side of Hollywood, where Diddy's gatherings were more than just social events. They were spectacles of excess and debauchery. Khloe's confession adds credibility to the rumors that have long surrounded Diddy's parties. She's painted a picture of a world where anything goes, and the rich and famous play by their own rules. As Khloe's story circulates, it brings a fresh wave of scrutiny to Diddy's circle and raises the question of who else might have been involved in these secretive, star-studded nights. The impact of fame on Diddy's family.
I'm Sierra Gillespie, and this is Law and Crime News. 54-year-old Sean Diddy Combs, a once beloved and celebrated music artist and entrepreneur, now faces federal charges of racketeering conspiracy, sex trafficking by force, fraud, or coercion, and transportation to engage in prostitution. Diddy was indicted by a grand jury last week and taken into custody at a Manhattan hotel. After that, he was booked in Brooklyn's Metropolitan Detention Center. He's been denied bail twice since then, a federal judge ruling that's where Diddy will remain as he awaits trial. At court appearances last week, Diddy denied the charges and pleaded not guilty. His legal team has been very outspoken, calling the accusations, quote, "the acts of an innocent man with nothing to hide." After his arrest, Diddy's attorney Mark Agnifilo released a statement saying in part, quote, "We are disappointed with the decision to pursue what we believe is an unjust prosecution of Mr. Combs by the U.S. Attorney's Office." Agnifilo went on to say that Diddy will likely testify at his trial to explain his side of the story.
Today I'm announcing the unsealing of a 3-count indictment, charging Sean Combs with racketeering conspiracy, sex trafficking, interstate transportation for prostitution. The indictment alleges that between at least 2008 and the present, Combs abused, threatened, and coerced victims to fulfill his sexual desires, protect his reputation, and conceal his conduct. As alleged in the indictment, to carry out this conduct, Sean Combs led and participated in a racketeering conspiracy that used the business empire he controlled to carry out criminal activity, including sex trafficking, forced labor, kidnapping, arson, bribery, and the obstruction of justice. Let me say a little bit more about the charges. The indictment alleges that Combs abused and exploited women and other people for years, and in a variety of ways.
The audio also sheds light on the impact of Diddy's fame on his family, particularly his kids. For them, growing up in the spotlight hasn't been easy, and the constant media attention has taken a toll. Diddy has often said, family comes first, but the audio reveals that fame sometimes made that difficult. His children have reportedly faced immense pressure to uphold the family's image while dealing with their father's controversies. This peek into their lives has led many to wonder if Diddy's public devotion to family is as strong as he claims. The leaked audio suggests that the cost of fame may have created more distance between Diddy and his kids than he would like to admit. Diddy's influence over Hollywood's elite.
With Diddy, what was your experience with dating him? Because I feel like in the headlines, it's a lot of just chaos and it's a lot of allegations. And so I think that's what makes people feel like, well, since you were so heavily involved, you were a part of these things or you were around these things. So what was your experience like, dating him?
Well, I met Diddy at Peak Party, and I met him when he was in a love era. And I met Diddy when the world was celebrating him and giving him his flowers while he was alive.
Mm-hmm.
Like he was getting the Global Icon Award, the Lifetime Achievement Award, the Key to the City. He had a new album that was coming out. So I was celebrating him with the world.
What's up? Check this out, y'all. I am not about to be addressing every last thing that's going on in the world on the internet. But the thing I do have to address is this White Lives Matter t-shirt. I've always been there and I will always support my brother Kanye as a free thinker. But the White Lives Matter t-shirt, I don't rock with it. You know what I'm saying? I'm not with it. And with the press and what fashion is doing, thinking it's a joke. But right now, all America has planned for us is poverty, incarceration, and death. So before I could get to any other lives matter, which all lives matter, you know what I'm saying? That Black Lives Matter, don't play with it. If you don't wear the shirt, don't buy the shirt, don't play with the shirt. It's not a joke.
The federal sex trafficking investigation involving music mogul Sean Diddy Combs is expanding. A music producer who sued Combs for sexual assault last month is adding Oscar-winning actor Cuba Gooding Jr. to this complaint. Rodney Jones claims the actor sexually harassed and assaulted him while on board Combs' yacht last year. Gooding Jr. has not publicly commented on these allegations. This comes days after federal agents raided Combs' homes in L.A. and Miami. He has not been charged with any crime, but the investigation surrounding the sexual misconduct allegations is growing. Diddy has denied all the accusations. Meantime, new video shows the arrest of Brendan Paul, Combs' alleged drug mule. The 25-year-old was arrested on Monday in Miami.
Funny thing with the issues with Puff I was having.
Thank you.
I went to the Waldorf and I saw a couple people who were just standing out in front of the space, just standing there. And I was like, oh man, Puff really does this. And it just made me think I gotta really get on my billionaire shit. So I went and bought a $50 million penthouse, and I made back the fleet out because I was like, yo, I can't be walking around homeless, beefing with Puff. You gotta like, you know what I mean? Like,
Diddy's reach goes far beyond music. He's a powerful figure in Hollywood. The audio suggests that his influence extends to some of the biggest names in the industry, and that he uses it to maintain control. Diddy's the kind of guy who can make or break you, a source said. This control isn't just about music, it's about power. The audio paints a picture of a man who knows how to use his connections to get what he wants. As these details emerge, people are beginning to see Diddy not just as an entertainer, but as a kingpin of influence in Hollywood. Kanye West's perspective on Diddy's empire.
poison me. And by the way, y'all done already fuck with me so much. Y'all already black mirrored me. You already made everybody think I'm crazy. You already took my family away. You already separated all my friends. I don't got no celebrity friends. Because when I was on TV, on Instagram saying, I don't know where my child is, and the Kardashians kidnapped my daughter in public, and I didn't have the address of my child, none of these niggas that want to say something
Travis
now.
gave you the address, though, right?
Travis gave me the address.
Right.
But as far as Meek Mills,
No.
Puff Daddy, whoever, none of these niggas, all you fake hard niggas, fuck you.
Wait,
Hold on.
Okay.
All you fake hard niggas, fuck you. You know what I'm saying? I don't give a fuck because you can't shoot nobody anyway. And the reison why you got talks because you did a deal, you fucking fed. You know what I'm saying? That's why you gotta come at me, because part of the deal for you to be a do all that and get out of jail is that you promise that you gonna go pull my co-car. So y'all niggas shut the fuck up about me. Now let me say it calm. You niggas shut the fuck up about Michael.
Right. Kanye West has never been afraid to speak his mind, and his take on Diddy's world is no exception. They can't control me or Diddy, Kanye declared, alluding to the challenges they face within the industry. Kanye has hinted that Diddy's influence is part of a larger struggle within Hollywood, a battle for control over the narrative. He's even suggested that Diddy's parties and connections are part of this fight. Kanye's words add weight to the idea that Diddy's power isn't just about music, it's about his role in a much larger game. This perspective brings a new layer of complexity to Diddy's story, the potential collapse of Diddy's legacy.
Hey, good afternoon. I'm Chris Raggi.
And I'm Cindy Hsu. Sean Diddy Combs has been charged in federal court in New York City, and an indictment into the charges music mogul's facing was just unsealed in Lower Manhattan.
The indictment alleges that between 2008 and now, Combs abused, threatened, and coerced his victims. It even alleges he led a racketeering conspiracy that engaged in sex trafficking, forced labor, kidnapping, arson, bribery, and obstruction of justice, among other crimes.
Damian Williams, U.S. Attorney for the Southern District of New York, is speaking right now.
And let's head to the federal courthouse in Lower Manhattan and hear more about the charges in this case.
Arson, bribery, and the obstruction of justice. Let me say a little bit more about the charges. The indictment alleges that Combs abused and exploited women and other people for years, and in a variety of ways. As alleged, Combs used force, threats of force, and coercion to cause victims to engage in extended sexual performances with male commercial sex workers.
A family member who I want you to hire them as an intern. Yeah. And I have never talked about this publicly. And the internship stopped abruptly, like 3 or 4 months into it. Yeah. And I spoke to my family member, like, well, what happened? And they wouldn't say. Yeah. Years later, they finally came out, and this is a male, Puff had said, come home, stay the night with me, or the internship is over. And absolutely not. And the internship ended. But from there, I was like, oh.
Oh, yeah. You know, we all have stories. Seriously, we all have stories. Mine is horrific, and only 5 people know it. And I probably will never tell it. But since then, I've been like, yep. And I also am very intimately aware that you tell your truth and you become victimized over and over and over and over and over and over. And mind you, I then interviewed him many times. I have a lot of stories, y'all. I've been in Hollywood for 25 years, maybe longer, 30. I got a lot of stories. Unfortunately, maybe I'll write a book one day. But it just is so traumatizing that women just want to live every day and feel safe. And when we revisit, we live in a state of victimhood. And nobody wants to live there. So for those of you like, why didn't you say something then? Because we just want to live. We want to be happy. And we really want to forget the trauma.
As more details from the leaked audio come to light, it's clear that Diddy's empire is on shaky ground. For years, he's built a brand on success and resilience, famously saying, I'm a survivor. But now, with his secrets exposed, that legacy is in jeopardy. Hollywood is watching to see if Diddy can survive this scandal, or if his empire will crumble under the weight of his past. Fans and critics alike are left to wonder if the man they admired is really the person they thought he was.